reviews for Indiana Jones are out, and it looks like Xbox has a major hit on their hands. A well-needed release here with high scores and everybody pretty much saying it is an awesome game. Some people saying it is the game of the year if it was able to be into the mix with the Game Awards coming up next week. So we'll take a look at some of the reviews as well as one specific reviewer who is against all of the positive reviews. Sarah Bond is betting her entire reputation on Xbox everywhere, her entire Xbox and professional reputation on that. And that's not surprising. I mean, we have seen everything Xbox is doing. We've seen the Xbox ads with this is an Xbox. So we'll talk about that. Marvel Rivals is out and it's a hit right now. There's lots of people playing. Mike Ybarra, the former head of Blizzard, kind of calls out Tencent and NetEase on this way that they do make their games. We'll talk about that plus other things. If you do enjoy daily gaming news and content, make sure to like the video, share it, subscribe, help the channel grow, all of that stuff. Let's start off here talking and looking at the Indiana Jones review. So the reviews are out, and even when a game gets great reviews, I still have the same kind of ideology about video game reviews that if you want to play a game, the best critic is going to be yourself. So go pick it up, try it out for yourself and see if you like it, whether that's day one or whether that is on a sale at a later date if you're not seeing everything you like right when it does launch. But Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is a game that a lot of people have been looking forward to. There was a lot of speculation and skepticism about this game when they first showed it off, and a lot of that had to do with the fact that it was first person with some third person elements. So you saw people already trying to kind of tear this game down right from the start. But Machine Games is great. I've said this in previous videos. I have no fear with Machine Games being able to deliver based off of their previous works. And it looks like they have done it here with Indiana Jones and the Great Circle sitting at an 86 right now on Metacritic with just some glowing reviews basically across the board from some of the big major journalist sites like IGN gave it a 9, Games Radar give it 100, saying Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is the best adventure this character has embarked on in over 30 years. Developer Machine Games has leveraged its expertise in the FPS space to deliver an immersive, authentic first-person adventure that is quite unlike anything you've played before. We go down here, try to find some other websites that a lot of people will recognize, of course. You have Windows Central saying, from the manner in which every line is delivered and scene is shot to the smirk on Indy's face when solving a puzzle, is clear that everyone at Machine Games just gets what makes Indiana Jones so special. You have Gaming Bolt here saying Indiana Jones and the Great Circle captures its source materials vibe down to a T, delivering an authentic swashbuckling Indiana Jones adventure that can stand toe-to-toe with the original trilogy, while strong level design, compelling exploration, smartly designed puzzles, and enjoyable stealth and combat also combine. We'll go down just one more. Let's see. Well, there is a really interesting tweet here that I do want to show. There's a couple interesting tweets. First of all, we have Ryan McCaffrey here saying this about the game. This is from a screenshot of the IGN review, which gave it a 9 out of 10. The review says, an irresistible and immersive global treasure hunt and far and away the best indie story this century, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle doesn't belong in a museum. It belongs on your hard drive where you can play the heck out of it. And Ryan McCaffrey says, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is, in my honest opinion, the best Xbox exclusive in years. I absolutely adore it so far, as has everyone else I've talked to about it. We discussed Machine Games' latest dub and spoiler-free details on this week's episode of Unlock. So he thinks it's one of the best games that Xbox has put out in a very long time, in years. And that is, I mean, saying something, because to be honest, like, I've enjoyed a lot of the Xbox games that have come out recently. I know a lot of people shit on them and things like that, but Indiana Jones is seemingly, it's like a cut above everything else. I mean, I haven't played it. I am definitely going to be playing it, but this just bodes well from the first party perspective that it looks like they are slowly here turning that page where you're going to start probably seeing more releases like this with higher scores and just an overall better output if you're somebody who thinks that they haven't been giving a good output. Now, the good thing about this on Xbox's side is there's going to be a lot of hype around this game. It's a huge IP. It's a huge license in Indiana Jones. You're seeing people talk very positively about it online. It's going to push this game further than maybe it would have went if it was only getting like 7 out of 10. And it is still releasing on PlayStation 5 next year. and PlayStation gamers are going to be playing the heck and paying it and picking it up and everything. So Xbox is going to make a lot of money off of this game, and they're going to make a lot of money off of the PlayStation platform as well when it does release. So this all bodes well, I would say, for Xbox, their first party content and going forward. But it's great to see it getting good review scores. There is one naysayer, though, who does not like this game. And it's probably not that surprising, to be completely honest. Greg Miller here saying he gives it a 6.5 out of 10. Let's listen to what he says here in this.
On the Kind of Funny scale, clip. I think Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is a 6.5. What is Indiana Jones? It's Harrison Ford, it's the hat, it's the whip, it's adventures, it's temples, it's puzzles, it's this. Yes, yes, yes. But that's the movie. What is an Indiana Jones video game? And I think they made some choices there that really detract from making this the definitive, oh my God, this is an amazing game. They just fail to make exploration fun in this game. I think the game struggles to be intuitive.
So there you have it. He says it fails to make the game intuitive. He doesn't like the way that they did their mechanics and everything in the game. But I mean, that's just one naysayer. Again, not surprising. I mean, there's going to be a lot of comparisons of this game between Uncharted. And Uncharted, obviously a PlayStation game. You're going to have people looking at it. And even though it's first person with Indiana Jones, there's still going to be that comparisons of the exploration and the style of game it is, that and Tomb Raider and everything. So we'll see. I mean, a game looks really good. It is looking like a really fun adventure in terms of the puzzles and just kind of getting immersed in the world. Combat is a lot of stealth, a lot of hand-to-hand combat, which looks good with the whip and everything, and just picking up items and using them on your enemies. So I'm excited to play this game. I'm happy that this is a good way to end the year in 2024 with a game that I was going to play regardless of the review scores, but now with it being highly rated, there's just, I guess, that much more incentive for people out there who wait for review scores before they do anything. And they really allow the review scores to sway whether they play a game or not. You're going to see a lot of people now jumping in and playing this game, buying it, playing it on Game Pass, all of that stuff. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Sarah Bond, because Sarah Bond, in an article here, is talked about. It's from The Verge. It's locked behind a paywall, but she talks about Xbox everywhere and spreading the Xbox everywhere message, and that staking her professional reputation on the idea of Xbox being everywhere. This is what the article does say. So here's a tweet. It says, according to Tom Moore and Notepad, Microsoft's Sarah Bond has staked her professional reputation on the idea of Xbox being everywhere across multiple platforms and devices, saying keen on spreading the Xbox everywhere message. Now, the Xbox everywhere message is just absolutely nothing new. This isn't something that we're seeing this year. I know every single time people talk about this, or there's a new interview with Phil Spencer, and he says it's the same thing, just in different corporate speak, people think it's like brand new information and they lose their minds as to what Xbox is doing. But they have been telling us for years that they are going everywhere. They are going to be putting their games on multiple different platforms, opening it up to as many people as possible. And now we're just at a point where Xbox, I guess, just doesn't care anymore about the overall messaging behind it. They're saying, hey, yeah, we're putting these games out, and there's going to be games on PlayStation. There's going to be games that aren't on PlayStation, but you're going to be able to access them no matter what device that you are on. I think overall, it's a smart business strategy from their standpoint, especially with the amount of games that they do have and the catalog that they do have. If they want to reach people that previously weren't in Xbox, especially in places like Japan, you have to put the games where those gamers are. And it makes sense to put it on the platforms that they are playing on. And when you think about Xbox everywhere, it's being held back a little bit right now with the whole Xbox app not being able to be released, but that's going to be a huge change, and I think a great thing when you're able to actually just download the app, purchase and play your games right through it, not just being bounded to Xbox Game Pass. So Xbox everywhere is going to be huge. Sarah Bond, she is betting her whole entire reputation on this. She looks like at this point, we'll see how it goes over the next number of years, but at this point, it looks like she may be coming out on top of that, especially because of an acquisition like ABK. And I have a feeling that depending on how well this strategy does go, it's really going to determine who the next boss of Xbox is once Phil Spencer eventually does retire. I'm sure he's in close to retirement. I have a feeling Sarah Bond is next in line, and if this does succeed as well as they believe it's going to succeed, that will just propel her to being the head of Xbox. That's kind of what my guess is right now with what is going forward with Xbox. But I'm just kind of excited to see how it all evolves, especially going into next generation handheld. What type of at-home console hardware they put out? Are they going to license the Xbox UI out to other manufacturers to make different types of handhelds? There's a lot of questions here, but to me, it's pretty exciting and interesting to see what is going to be happening in the future. All right, let's talk about a big game that has launched free to play. And it is a game that is taking on the games as a service multiplayer genre, a genre that I would say there's been a lot of failures recently, big failures like Concord and X Defiant, but this one has the Marvel name going for it, and that is Marvel Rivals. It is killing it right now with reaching 439,000 plus concurrent players on Steam in its first 2 hours out. Now, I will say the biggest advantage, more so than anything that this game has, it's not going to be the gameplay, it's not going to be the graphics, it's not going to be the sound. It's going to be the Marvel IP, of course. People will flock to anything Marvel, no matter what it is, even if it isn't that great of a product. They will flock to it, and that's what it has going for it. So I don't think the launch is going to determine the overall success of this game. Of course, that is a large amount of players, so you have a way higher chance of getting people to stick around. It's going to be how much longevity there is for this game with all of the competition out there. I mean, specifically like a game like Overwatch, which a lot of people are saying it is basically an Overwatch clone, and we have the always outspoken here, Mike Ybarra, saying this, kind of calling out Tencent and NetEase, who have already, we're seeing them do the copying thing with that game that we talked about last week, like Motrium, I believe it's called, which looks and feels artistically very much a clone of Horizon. But he says this about Marvel Rivals: looks like Overwatch. Marvel Rivals ships tomorrow, much like the Motorem game, clearly a copy of Horizon Zero Dawn out of China. I mean, even the character name Widowmaker in Overwatch is Black Widow in Marvel Rivals. NetEase and Tencent all the same. Yeah, I think he's insinuating here that that's what they do. They have different rules. Obviously, they're in China. They have different rules in other places in terms of how these games are made. They don't have to care about as much of the, I guess, copyright things that care about here. And I mean, this is twice now. Marvel Rivals, it's a massive IP, but they can just go ahead and look at exactly what Overwatch does, game mechanics, everything, and just basically copy them. And they have the ease of using the Marvel characters to make them. But if the game is good, the game is good. And there's going to be longevity on there. And all the other games like that are going to have to watch out for Marvel Rivals, as it is going to be a major competitor in that field. All right, so Borderlands 4, we saw that initial trailer, which I think a lot of people were disappointed in because they didn't really show off too much. But it looks like the Game Awards next week, we're going to see more about Borderlands 4. As Randy Pitchford spilled the beans, I don't know if he was supposed to. Well, he says he wasn't supposed to. I don't know if that's just a marketing ploy, but he tweeted this out: cooking up a new Borderlands 4 trailer, and it's badass. Latest render is knocking me out. I'm not supposed to talk about it yet. I'm freaking out, Joe. So Borderlands 4 at the Game Awards is going to be a major trailer I think a lot of people are going to be talking about. And this, to me, is what the Game Awards is exciting for. Like, yeah, there's the awards. I know it's all about the devs and everything. And I'll be completely honest, I'd be lying if I said I really cared at all about who wins any of these awards or the winners. I'm just being honest on that side. I'm just looking forward to the game announcements, like the world exclusives and the premieres of games that we haven't seen, or a big trailer here like Borderlands. What is Xbox and PlayStation going to show off? Is Nintendo going to have a presence there? That kind of stuff is why I watch the Game Awards. And I'm excited to see all the new content that has come out. I'll be interested in what Borderlands 4 has to offer. I'm a decent fan of the game, not the biggest fan in the world, but the last trailer just wasn't that exciting. Borderlands to me is kind of just the same stuff. So we'll see what this new one does have to offer overall, if there's any to be major changes to gameplay and characters and things like that. But yeah, I'll be interested in watching it. All right, a couple more things here. Some interesting game announcements / releases, as well as, you got to go check this out if you have Amazon Prime. But we'll start off with this. The Thing, as we know, the Thing Remastered was announced. There was no release date for it from Night Dive Studios. It's out. You can go and purchase it right now. They did a shadow drop of the Thing Remastered. This is a game back from 2002 on the Xbox and the PlayStation 2, and really cool game. And it's crazy it's already been as many years as it has been. What is that? 22 years ago that this thing did launch, but it is out right now on the PS5, the Series XS, the Switch, the PS4, the Xbox One. I guess they just put Xbox later, but the Xbox One and PC. I believe it is $30 here if you do want to go pick it up. So this kind of just came out of nowhere. Shadow dropped it. And well, I'm sure we'll see people with some opinions and reviews on it if you want to wait for that as well. We have an announcement here for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tactical Takedown announced. So TMNT is now coming out with a strategy turn-based game I do like these styles of games, kind of like a Fire Emblem, which I do very much love. But they say here that there's a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game is on the way. TMNT Tactical Takedown is a turn-based strategy game from developer Strange Scaffold, the team behind EI El Paso, Elsewhere, Plickleding, and I Am Your Beast is the first turn-based TMNT game. Tactical Takedown follows what happens after both Splinter and Shredder pass away, where a new leader has taken over the Foot Clan. There are 20 levels divided into campaigns that each focus on a single character. Release date will be announced at a later date. So pretty cool stuff there. If you're a Turtles fan, I'm a Turtles fan, you like turn-based games, here, this is the game for you to keep your eye on. And finally, Amazon Prime. I mean, they give out free games. It's actually a pretty nice add-on to your Amazon Prime subscription. And they are giving out more games, and a lot of these, they're all actually from GOG or from the Amazon Games app. Pretty nice announcement here. 10 more games. If you like Baldur's Gate, you like Warhammer series, you're going to want to check these out. So these are the next free games that are available: Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition, Necromunda Hired Gun, Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition, The Outer Worlds, Space Hulk Deathwing Enhanced Edition, Spelunky, Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War, Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine, Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War 2. I think it's a pretty good list. I mean, if you are playing Space Marine 2, but you've never played the first one, I highly recommend going to check out the first one and get it free here on the Amazon Games app. It is a phenomenal game. And then obviously the Baldur's Gate series, the first one and the second one. I mean, everyone loves Baldur's Gate 3. I think a lot of people jumped into the series for the first time there, never played the earlier ones. Now you have a chance to get it free here with a GOG code. But I'm gonna end the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up, make sure to share, like the video, all that great stuff. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.
Bye.